Jeff Shrimpton here from the south coast of England near Southampton, and here I am today with 7 strategies in 7 minutes for how to build an amazing team. So number 1 is share stories about each other, yourselves and each other at team meetings and regular events. I've just recently done some work with a team of engineers, and I always go first just to show them how it's done, and I shared the story about how I didn't know who my father was, and I sent a search agency out and found him when I was 36, and how that relationship went, and it's really important to me. And some of the other teams shared their stories as well. And one of the teams shared a story about his diabetes and how his sugar levels go up and they crash, and how he was really, really ill with it, and how he's managing it. But one of the benefits of that is not only did we all get to know each other a little bit, but also those other team members now understand why his energy levels will spike and crash, and he can be hyperactive 1 minute and kind of down in the dumps the next minute. So everyone had that deeper understanding. So I wonder if you and your team shared some stories, you'd have an understanding of what makes each other tick. And also you just get the connection. You can feel much more connected to those people if you share stories. So second thing is learn to waggle. Now waggling isn't this. Waggling is what a good job looks like. So here's how it works. It's just really simple. I was working with a client, and he was really frustrated that one of his team wasn't doing as he'd asked. And I asked him a simple question. Did you show him what a good job looks like? And he thought about it for a minute and went, no, and actually I didn't. Because when you ask someone to do a task, in your mind you've got a bullet points of expectations you have. Leave the area clean, make sure the customer's happy afterwards, all those things. But are we absolutely clear of them? So in my client's example, he now does a document every time he gives someone a task with that at the top of it, showing them what a good job looks like, so there can be no miscommunication between expectations not being met. So number 3 is disassociate the person from the behaviour. So, like with children, if you imagine if you tell a child that you're naughty all the time, which is kind of tempting, especially if you've got kids like mine. But actually, they're not a naughty child, they're just behaving like a naughty child. Because if a child starts to believe that they are naughty, they will behave in that fashion. Employees are no different. So when we have a challenge with a team member, what we need to do is, instead of going after the person, we go after the behaviour. So I'd be standing next to the team member, John. So John, you've been behaving like someone who's not working very hard, like someone who's lazy. I know, John, that you're not a lazy person. So what is it that's making you behave in this lazy fashion? So in that way, me and John are on the same team, and we're looking at the behaviour, and I'm not attacking John personally, and it'll help us get past it and improve that behaviour without me attacking John and creating distance between me and John. So number 4 is create a culture. So create a culture. A culture is a set of expectations for how people are going to behave. So behave with integrity, teamwork, commitment, all these kinds of things that are really, really important. If you read Brad Sugar's book, Instant Team Building, it's got everything you need to get that culture up and running. And then once you've decided on what your culture is, get your team together, present it to them. And what a really cool way of finding out where you're at with it is get them to score where they think they are out of 10, or we are as a team, out of 10 for each of those core values. And then when you find the one that's bottom, so right, what we're going to do about that. For example, if it was teamwork, who was scored the least, right, okay, so what are we going to do about that? And you work on that one until teamwork's no longer the bottom one, and then whatever the bottom one is, you work on that one next. So number 5, set up decision parameters. So what that means is, in a business, a successful business, people need to make decisions. I often speak to business owners who are really stressed because everybody's asking them stupid questions all the time, and they're always coming to them, and it's taking up all their time. But actually they're not allowing anyone to make decisions, and they're trying to keep it all to themselves. So just set up simple parameters for decision making. For example, if you've got a field engineer, he's out on a job, if he needs an extra piece of equipment or a tool or something, if it's above £50, then he needs authorisation. If it's below £50, he can just go and get it. He's allowed to make that decision. Or if you have a salesperson who's on the road and they see a really good prospect, they know that they're allowed to take that person to dinner, buy them dinner and a bottle of wine, £100, that's fine. If they really think it's a good prospect and that's going to be a good decision to make. But they do know what is not okay is to take them out and do champagne and spend 2,000 quid taking them out to expensive nightclubs. That's not okay. But a bit of lunch and a bottle of wine is fine, and they know that, and that's a decision parameter that's been set up in advance. And if you set up these parameters around all the decisions you know that people are making around petty cash, and then they don't have to come and ask you if they can go and buy some more milk or some toilet roll or something every 5 minutes. So, regular team meetings. Meetings, if you use the word meeting, sometimes it's really boring. But actually, a little 10-minute huddle every day. Let everybody know what's happening that day, what time you're available for conversations, what time you're not. Get all those questions out of the way so that everyone can get on that day and be really, really productive. And the last thing, and I've really run out of time, so I've got to do this in 7 minutes, is do something that's greater than yourselves. So as an organisation, if you can create something that really helps the community, whether you shut down production for the day and go to a local school and fix all their garden up, or if you know there's some old people nearby that could really do with some help, a community day like that is not only is it great for the community, but it's great for the team too. So within 7 minutes, I think I'm just about there. That's my 7 strategies for creating a great team. Thanks very much.